So this governor issue continues, that Supreme Court is asking what he was doing for 2 years. Okay. Karnataka point of view. So please understand, Karnataka IT exports crossed 3 lakh crore in 2023 because major exports of IT is from Noida, Hyderabad. Okay. In interview, they may ask like you are from you come. Okay. So 2 more variants are there in that. That is, one is okay, ambulance equipped with a basic life support equipment. Another is advanced life support equipment. So that is also good thing. What type of ambulance needed? So based upon the criticality of the patient, so that can be supplied. So 157 and 105. In general, it is 108, but in that itself, we can call particular type of ambulance. So this is what we call improvement in the quality of life. So here one technical thing is there. So you know that the present Advocate General means the highest law officer for the state. Okay, the present Advocate General, okay, proposed a thing that is withdraw the case from CBI. So in a disproportionate asset case, the case was handed over to CBI. So he asked, and cabinet also approved for that. That Advocate General was also personal lawyer for him, okay, earlier. So it is as good as like his personal lawyer is taking the charge of the government and doing favor to him. Okay, leave that aside. But what is the technical thing? Can they withdraw the case from CBI? First, can any state hand over the case to CBI? Yes, that is clear. Can, because this can be asked in prelims. State any time can hand over the case to withdraw case from CBI. True or false? Yes, ಹೇಳಿ. What is your understanding? ಈ ತರ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಇದನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು CBI ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. So wait and watch. So what court says, then you remember that for the exam. Because see, usually what happens while handing over, that is okay, because state after willing only they can give. Otherwise, directly they cannot take it. Okay, or somebody like Lokpal, CBC, if they direct, So then they may take the case, CBI. So you know that how CBI functions. CBI functions under, it may be Lokpal or it may be even CVC. So for them. But now the case is handed over, but now can they withdraw that? As per general understanding, so it's like AG was the lawyer of that person earlier. So court may decide, like in such cases, how it will, what will be the power of CBI. So can they withdraw whenever they want? So definitely it will come within short time. Don't worry. So then you remember that. Okay. See, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು always you think what question can be asked. For the state government said that the judgment side which one? Which para I said? First information already registered in terms of the law and the Supreme Court in 94 judgment in case of Qazi. Here it is mentioning the no objection for the withdrawal of the writ appeal, but had objections for permitting withdrawal of the writ petition itself. CBI counsel said that withdrawal of the sanction consent would not affect the FIR already registered in terms of the law laid down by the Supreme Court judgment. So what they are saying from CBI side, CBI. So that we will continue investigating. Whether hand over or not, once it is taken, we'll continue. So that is mentioned in this case. That is Qazi Dorji versus CBI case. So as per that, even though you withdraw, we'll continue that. Okay. Anyway, again, court will give one more decision. No? So that becomes important. This case already is there. Qazi Dorji versus CBI case, it has said that you can withdraw, but it will not affect already if FIR is filed, the case investigation will continue. Obviously, say before FIR, one small gap. Even if you withdraw case also, that case will run as an independent thing. Not necessarily from the state government, but that case will run as an independent. So, illene barodu question no. State power idea withdraw ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 2-3 ದಿವಸ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ವಾರ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. And here a division bench anta word bantu. Yesterday she was asking what are the different type of benches. So division bench, constitution bench, full bench. Okay, so it is just a name to identify how many judges are there. In division bench, how many people will be there? 2 or 3. If it is in High Court, division bench means 2. If it is in Supreme Court, division bench means 3. So full bench means 3 or 5. 3 or 5. Constitution bench means 5 or 7. 7. Constitution bench. Okay. No, actually minimum is 5 or 7. 5 or 7. 5 or 7. Okay. So you'll be seeing the division bench. No, 5 or more. It may be 7, it may be 9, it may be. That's what. Usually it is 5 or 7. Rare case like 13, 13 also. We have, so that is rarest. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. No, yes, that is clearly visible. If it is taken back, who will handle that case? State police, CID. Correct. So that will be under state government. That means they can control, they can influence. Okay. Always that is the case, right? Why people will ask, hand over the case to CBI? Because there is a possibility that they will interfere in the case if it is handled by the state police. But negative is it will demoral the state police. You don't have trust on us handing over the case to somebody. So that is not good. Morally, they will be down. So advantage, disadvantage. For prelims, AP second highest producer renewable energy in the country. Okay. So please work on that. Whenever energy issue comes, so that is in that like what type of renewable energy they are producing. Okay. First is there Karnataka, Himachal Pradesh. Maybe Himachal Pradesh. Hmm? Just once do the homework. Okay, who is in even ನಿಮಗೆ motivate ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Definitely they will ask. And also they will ask about source. The highest renewable energy source is more than 100 gigawatt. Okay. Social justice, sexual education, and the need of our times. So always we debate about this sexual education. Okay. What is the root cause of the sexual harassment cases, rapes? Okay, the improper sexual education. Okay, everyone talks, but nobody implements that. So at least in nowadays in schools, they are teaching somehow the good touch, bad touch. So, but it is not complete sexual education. Okay, so always there is a line that in Indian society, especially, they will not entertain that. Okay, so that is why it is creating problem. So even though there is a consensual sexual relationship, correct? No, sexual education should be separate topic. Why they are mixing that with social justice? What is the relation? What is the relation? How it is connected? How it is connected? See, no, that is in general. Particularly, they are talking about, say, the caste plays a different role in marriage and also sexual relationship. For example, a higher caste and a lower caste woman getting married, that is also getting punished. Even have relationship, that is also punished in our society. Okay, so in that context they are telling, so this is also playing social justice. So in order to give social justice, this is part of that. So consensual sexual relationship between young adults of different caste inviting criminal penalties and action. So this is the concern they are connecting. About social change and sexuality are closely related. If you want to bring the social change, what is social? No. Social change, social order or social disorder, social movement, revolution. So these are all connected aspects. Now answer, what is social change? It is not necessarily like egalitarian society. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಅವರೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಗಳನ್ನ ಜನರ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ವೇಗಾಗಿ ಬರೀತೀರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಇವ್ರು ಓದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇವ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರೀತಾರೆ, ವರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಡೋದು ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಯರೀಸ್ like you know that the cyclic theory is there, or only rising theory. Cyclic theory means it will repeat, like Kali Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, Satya Yuga. People say no, the Kali Yuga will end, again Satya Yuga will come. So this is cycle. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರೋ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಇಂದ ವರ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೀವಿ, ಅಗೇನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಯರಿ. Okay, another is it will always be in the improvement side. Okay, that is another theory. Means world is bad and always it will go towards positive side. Another is the deterioration theory. Always world is good and over that time it keep on deteriorates, ಹಾಳಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಾ ತರದವರು ನೋಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಯರೀಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದು. ಓಕೆ, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹರಪ್ಪನ್ civilization and very nomadic life Vedic civilization. You cannot say like once it is there always improvement or upliftment will be there. Not like that. So in Harappan civilization, women's status was different and later women's status was declined. So there is no like single theory. All type of examples are there. Cyclic also will get only continuous positive things. Deterioration or realities, slow fluctuation. Something good, something bad, something. So changes will keep on happening. Okay. So social change is about, it is not like only positive. Egalitarian means you are talking about equality and all. So the society will undergo certain changes. It may be good or it may be bad. Some values may be like good things, some are bad. So one or other way society will undergo change, but it is slow process. Social change is a slow process. ನಿಮಗೆ KPSC ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್, social change and social movement. What is the link? Quickly. Social change and social movement. Social change happens through the social movement. If it is left alone, it may bring, means it may come slowly over the period of time. Social movement will bring the social change. Again, that is not so fast, but compared to normal course, it is fast. Movement is there to bring the change. That is organically comes. So in social change, naturally over the time it happens. Social movement try to bring that change in the society. Initially, few people will be there, and later everyone will be accepting that. Movement ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ ಸತಿಗೆ. Slowly one person, 10, then it builds. So revolution, sudden change. ನಿನ್ನೆವರೆಗೂ ಇತ್ತು, ನಾಳೆ ಸಡನ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. French revolution, correct? Russian revolution. Till yesterday it was something else, tomorrow onwards it is different. Quick change, sudden change. All are about changes only. But one is very slow, one is in a smaller, shorter period, another is quickly. That is the difference. Okay. So social change is like continuous. It is keep on happening. Whether you desire or not, whether you wish or not, it will be happening. Anyway, so education about social change. Education about social change and sexuality are closely related. Correct. How? Because you are trying to empower women through social change or movements. Definitely, that is also having connection with the education. Education includes everything. Sexual education is part of education. It is not like isolated. Moral education, sexual education, cultural, everything is part of that. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರಬೇಕು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದು ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅವನು. Social change and education connected. When there is a social change, education level changes automatically. So they will be empowered in all aspects. Training young minds in critical thinking and social justice is so essential to address this issue and to create healthy society. In hierarchical society, it is hard to create well-functioning democratic institution based on the equal rights for everyone. This is very true. ಇದೇ ಲೈನ್ಗಳಲ್ಲೇ ಹಾಕೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಲೈನ್. ಸರ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆಗತ್ತಾ? ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಇನ್ನೇನಿಲ್ಲ. In a hierarchical society, it is hard to create well-functioning democratic institution. So there is a conflict between the traditional society versus the democratic society. Democratic society is a new one, modern kind of thinking. I'm not saying that earlier it was not at all there. Obviously, everyone will be trying some one or other way. So the functioning of democratic institution is not, functioning well because we are in the patriarchy. For example, you know that panchayati, somebody, woman will become a chairman. But who will be functioning? Pati panchayat, right? So that is not in line with the democracy. That's what they are saying. Okay, in hierarchical society, it is always difficult. In the name of celebrating tradition, an emphasis on racial purity and protection of culture values only leads to the majority or powerful being dominant or aggressive towards the weak. That is very true. We always say that we have to protect our culture, values. Actually, if you open that, decode that, what is there? So actually, originally, what was that? Maintain the purity of the caste. Correct, no? Varna system. So that is there in that. In the name of protecting the culture, actually, you are protecting that old culture which is dominant or patriarchal thing. I'm not saying 100%, but it will be there. So the powerful being dominant and aggressive towards the weak. ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ನಮ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಪರ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. Electoral democracy encourages and establishes affirmative action of distributing opportunities for the depressed communities. True. The state even criminalizes caste and gender-based discrimination. This is modern thinking. So that does not allow that. In reality, this has little effect on destabilizing unequal social codes and discrimination in practice. Reality, even today marriages, yes, they will look, only their caste. Correct? Again, see, I'm not telling right or wrong. There are positive aspects of that. So cultural understanding will be easy. So easily they will mingle if you are marrying of the same caste or same thing. So that is positive side. Again, you need not learn everything afresh. So already you are part of that culture and easily will adjust in that culture. Okay. So in society, even though our constitution says whatever, but this is common that unequal codes and discrimination in the society is reality. State as an organization reflects the structure of the society and thus makes the rights of the depressed difficult to realize. Even though the theory that constitution may be saying anything, reality is who sits at them in that place. That matters. State is a reflection of the society. So society is patriarchal or the traditional society. That same mindset is reflected through state also. Why these practices will continue? Because of that. The idea of citizenship in a democratic society demands empathetic understanding of the lives of fellow citizens and critical thinking about one's life. The single concept, that single citizenship. So we're all citizens means we are all members of this family, India. So that ensures that you should respect each and everyone, but it is not going to reflect in a real society. So there comes the role of the education. Okay. So now he's entering into connection with the education. So education For critical thinking requires challenging our own lives, beliefs, faith, and how they affect the lives of others' complex world. If you want to improve the life of others, if you want to, live in a harmonic society, so you need to question it. Why this? That critical thinking requires challenging our own beliefs, our own faiths, everything. Then only that can come. But that is very difficult. You know that if you question that, they will shut your mouth. Okay. Children generally look to elders for help. Parents and elderly try to keep children comfortable, and in the process, children learn that they can command others. So, ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ವೀಕ್ನೆಸ್. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ seeking help is not a sign of weakness. Okay, and helping others is our responsibility. So that we have to understand. So, as the child enters adolescence, he realized that vulnerability is not only because of one's physical frailties, but also because of social and economic settings in life. This is very true, no? We are vulnerable. ಮುಂಚೆದೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ only physical fitness, so that matters ಅನ್ನೋ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರುತ್ತೆ. But it is not because of that. So it is actually our social and economic settings in the life that makes us vulnerable. Okay. So recognizing this aspect of vulnerability is a key step in attaining social justice. So education should teach us a harmonical egalitarian society na achieve ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. It is not being dominant or narcissistic about that groups. So particularly women and the weak. Thus children develop compassion and raise a supporting and critical voice for the weak. Okay. So with respect to children, what is the role of teachers? What is happening? Okay. Teachers are vital in enabling social justice education. That is so true. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದನೇ ಬರೋದು. How they treat, how they address the students. Teachers should understand and accept their social justice education is essential for well-functioning democracy. Teacher absenteeism, blaming children for lack of learning potential, discouraging children and physically abusing them for all the outcomes of this lack of faith in the social justice education. So, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋದನ್ನ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ಅವರು they will blame easily. Sometimes caste remarks also will be there. So, ಇದು ಅಲ್ಲೇನೆ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು social justice ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ. If a teacher realizes his agency in a democratic education, the teacher finds suitable pedagogy to teach the social justice. This is because society is the workshop and the academic material the guiding path. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನೆ ಅದು ವರ್ಕ್ಶಾಪ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದಾನೆ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕ್ಷುಯಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಾಗ ಜನರಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಟ್ರೂ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷುಯಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಎಜುಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಆಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್, ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ಅಂತ. More than providing knowledge about the healthy sexual development and sex education, sexual education prepares students to respect gender identities. This is important. So, if you prepare them, they will understand the reality. And interpersonal relationships, they learn how to respect others' identity. Even ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, you know that in our society, if how we treat other than male and female, transgender, you know that what kind of mentality we have. ಅವ್ರನ್ನೊಂಥರ ಅಣಕ ಮಾಡೋ ರೀತಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಸೊ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ದಮ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ disrespected. If somebody behaves in a different manner, they call him by some word and abuses. So in their intention is to abuse him or do something, but they are hurting another community. So they don't treat them normally. The third gender, if they are sitting with other students, so they will not accept that easily. So that's why sexual education make them to understand other person and also respect them. The importance of consent in sexual intercourse and respect for personal boundaries as well as the ability to stop perpetrators of sexual abuse are important aspects of sexual education. They clearly say. So you must make sure that how it should. And study shows that, okay, see, if you give them sexual education, actually, children are involved in different illegal kind of activities or these sexual activities just because of curiosity. If you make them to understand properly, so they will be in the right path. Actually, otherwise they will be misled. So clearly, the sexually educated children will stay away from this, the first intercourse of the sexually uneducated and educated. If you compare, sexually educated will postpone that. Okay. So otherwise, because of curiosity, they will be involving something and create some trouble for them. So recent judgment, Calcutta High Court said children have right to access sexual education. Please, you know that right to education. So a fundamental right in that Calcutta High Court clearly said they have the right to access to sexual education and sexual and reproductive health services. When education is a right, and it is but natural that sexual education is part of it. Adana separate a trip mabede. It is essential anta. Please remember this and write. Calcutta High Court said this. And research shows it delays the time of first sexual intercourse. Sexual education kotra is people think that if you do not expose that to children, so they will not be aware of that. So which is a complete wrong concept. Okay. Only they will not be in home. So society exposes them to everything. So it reduces its frequency and curbs sexual abuse and risky sexual behavior. So research shows that if they are sexually educated, so that will reduce this abuse as well as that risky sexual behavior is coming down. Sexual education trains students to understand social constructs of gender and to respect others' sexual preferences. Okay. So much domestic violence is there because of their lack of improper understanding. Okay. So always people feel, means there is a patriarchal mindset. It is there like, so only the man is there to satisfy the woman. Okay. It is his responsibility. So equal rights also not considered. One side benefit, one side negative. Okay. All these things will be clearly taught in sexual education. And in this perspective, it has social justice content as boys and girls treat each other with respect and also develop deeper understanding of other gender identities. They will also understand their feelings. Okay. Sexual education in school will transform gender relationship at home and in society and will be the most desirable outcome. Okay. What government can do and what government is doing. Okay. So through sex, here it is there. One is ARSH, please work on that. Adolescent Reproductive and Sexual Health Strategy, 2005. And the National Adolescent Health Program, Rashtriya Kishora Swasthya Karakram ಅಥವಾ RKSK. And two recent initiatives are the Union government. Okay. So negative side also they are highlighting. At the same time, our own courts are debating. Okay. So while courts in India are debating criminalizing aspect of consensual sexual relationship of adolescents. One side we are talking all these things. Another side, courts are itself punishing some, even though it is consensual, they are punishing them. Earlier it was criminal, now it is removed. So the education sector should inform the legal aspects of sexual relationship as well. Means you should teach them what law says. Okay. And many times caste clashes have linked with sexual behavior of adolescents. That is your communities madidru, either madidru. So our relation itu communities will fight. So social justice anta bandaga how it matters ಅನ್ನೋದು. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ ಐದರ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಮೇನ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಫಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಮೇ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಆಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ ಎಸ್ಸೆ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತೂ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್. Women's political empowerment, more talk, less action. Okay. You can read on your own. I'll tell what that is. See, you have changed the law. Very good. Bold step. So if it is really in your heart, then in the coming elections itself, you would have shown that not necessarily by implementing law. You are sure about giving reservation to them, right? So in the elections are going in Rajasthan, even Assam, right? Okay. So you can prove that there itself, right? You can give some seats and show your commitment. That's why they are telling more talk, less action. But in Rajasthan, I think Congress has done that. 40% seats they have given. Okay. So always willingness to have that women empowerment, we would have given now itself. Upcoming Lok Sabha election also you can. Nobody is restricting you, right? Within party, you can give. So some data from other countries. So that matters here. Always you are talking, right? So where India stands compared to other countries. That data you can take from this article. Only that I will highlight. Topical ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. Okay. So here, see, Nepal, Bangla, and Pakistan opted for in terms of reputation of a woman. So this you note down in your notes. Pakistan, 70% seats are reserved for assembly. Bangladesh, 50 out of 30. And Nepal, 33%. So our neighboring states doing this. Number, you do not worry. At least they have some number, fixed number. And other countries. In other countries, there is no like fixed mandate quota for women. But within the party, they have that mandate. For example, in Australia, 38%, that particular party gives 38% seats to women. Canada, 31%. South Africa, 45% seats. Sweden, 46%. Okay. Even, that is, there is no law. But within the party, that much seats they are allocating to them. Okay. Whatever you see, it's more than 30%. So this is clear evidence that quota is not the only route for political representation. If they want, they can give. So remaining all old data only, old thing only, means you know that already. Here, if I want, how many seats are there? See, in Madhya Pradesh, so the 24 and 27 seats are given for women. Okay. So in Telangana, see, Congress and BJP have given just 10 and 10, 8 and 4. So out of 120. Okay. So just quote one or two examples from this. That's and the recent election they have shown that only in Rajasthan that 40% seats are given in the Congress party. That does not mean that they will win now. Seats are given. If all party gives, then it is possible 40% will be representation. So that's it. Yeah, otherwise, you can read it. So this also we have discussed. This is about that tunnel collapse. Again, they are saying the same thing. A rocky reminder. Okay, preventable. Preventable. That means how the construction should happen. What are the precautionary measures? So if everything was, this would have not happened. You read it. Yes, this is about the functioning of the election commission. So election commission should be fair. It should not be biased. We know that. ECI must act independently as arbiter of the election code whenever the code breaches. So here the editor is talking in two aspects. First is where actually it is taking actions, where it is failing. Okay, still it is not completely like unbiased. So adana maatarta idare. So for example, you all know about the model code of conduct, right? What is model code of conduct? Before elections, some restrictions will be there in order to give equal opportunity for all the parties, because ruling government will be always having a much advantage, because the schemes announcement, everything, if they do during the election time, people will vote for them. That's why they will put some model code of conduct. So from 45 days gap will be there, so that no new announcement or anything, only they can go for election campaigning based upon the previous one. Okay. So in that time, some breaches will be there, some new announcement or something. So always it punishes some hate. Difficult actually. Model code of conduct, it is not that easy. I said many times. Once in for during the election time, you have to hide all the symbols, publicly visible symbols. So in parks, elephants were there, big elephants. So they covered with the sheets, pink cover. Actually, it attracts more than earlier. And something is looking so attractive, pink, whoa, what is covered? Even it is more popularity. Sometimes when you are following the rules, it becomes favor to them. Okay. So means I had this chicken example. It is there. Some movie releases. Okay, the election time, movie will be released just to create some impact. Okay. So last time, after so much pressure, then the movie was stopped. No. About Prime Minister's biopic on Prime Minister, because that will have influence. You know that Paramanu movie was released. ನಿಮಗೇನೋ ಬೇರೆ ಅನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ಇರ್ತವೆ. So in that Vajpayee, that BJP government was highlighted. That time only it was done, correct? But why they are releasing now? ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದಲ್ಲ, ಮೈ ಅಟಲ್ ಹೂ. Another movie is coming, My Atal Hu. Okay. So they are all politically funded, so that that will have impact on the people. Okay. Because election commission restrictions will be different. So they will go through other channels. Here election spending, everything restriction. Movie production, commercial purpose, like that they will show. Okay. But so last time they put a halt. But earlier that was not done. So after so much opposition from the other parties, then they stopped it. Okay. So that's why it says that it is not easy to enforce. Challenges. MCC is largely the Election Commission of India. So purity of the process ensure ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ that is done. Like some chief minister and these people were restricted. So many times they will put next election campaign ಮಾಡಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, like that and all, because if they are doing hate speech and all, targeting another party. So these are done. And some schemes during election time, if they announce, for example, one Raita Bandhu scheme. So before election, they are announcing. So election commission put hold on that. Okay. ECI found statement made by Finance Minister Sri Harish Rao violation of the MCC. So these are all like positive, how they handle. And still they are not completely unbiased. Here they are mentioning that. See, Congress complaints against Mr. Modi and Home Minister for charges comparable, if not more serious than the against opposition leaders. The same thing, same speeches were done by ruling party members also, but no action taken. That is ignored. And also, the current, see, it is outside quickly not visible. All enforcement directorate is, handling opposition party members only in some cases, like money laundering cases. Okay. If you take the data in last 5 years, okay, all these money disproportionate cases or money MPMLA cases, 90%, 95% are against only opposition. I think 99 also. That means ruling party members are not at all involved in any such cases or what? That means it is clearly outside visible that ruling party is using the agencies for their benefit. So here election commission is not doing anything. Okay. ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. Okay. See, enforcement director tried to tilt the scale of Chhattisgarh by making public accusation of Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel in the midst of the elections. At that time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಅಲ್ವಾ? See, you can argue both sides. That is an independent body. How can I? The election commission is also independent body. CBI, ED, they are also like independent. How can I say that you don't do this work? But intention is visible for everyone outside. In the midst of election, ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ? To create damage to the images. That he had received kickbacks from the fugitive. The merits of this case, okay, weaponization of the investigation and central agencies, that CBI, ED, okay, weaponization, using that as a weapon. You know that during election time, before election time, raid will happen, all the money will be taken, so that for election fundings will not be available. That is the goal. I hope recently 40 crore amount was seized. I'm not telling that is wrong, seizing, but their intention. So that will be used for elections. If you put hold on that, it will impact election. Actually, that was collected for election purpose only. This Rajasthan and all elections from Karnataka, they were about to transfer. Later they will give it back or not. That is what is different. But at that time, they'll put hold. So that's what weaponization of the agencies. Okay. And you know that election commission independency, that Supreme Court said that appointment should be including Prime Minister, opposition leader, and Supreme Court CJ. Correct. But in the law, they are making some changes. The appointment of election commission, earlier it was done purely from the government. But because of these kind of allegations, because of this kind of biasness, Supreme Court said that it should be unbiased. So appointment process should be different. But the existing law to appoint the ECI, even though it has changed, so it is tilting towards government only. Okay. That's what the government moved to legislate the supremacy of the executive in the appointment members of the ECI is worrisome. So still they want to have hold on that. Under the proposed scheme, the ruling party at the center will solely control the composition of ECI. That is not good news for the free and fair elections of India. So ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ electoral reforms, they will be giving one or other question. Prelims ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಬಂದಿರುತ್ತೆ, mainly mains ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Prelims it may come, may not come. Okay. You can read this simple article, University and Industry Collaboration. See, free food grain scheme continues for 5 more years. So this, BJP accused Congress, you are giving free plan. Okay. So now to win the election, they are also doing the same thing. Okay. Why free food grain scheme should continue for 5 more years? The same thing they opposed, right? When in other states they are giving free food, means extra for 10 kgs. So they are also saying the same. Okay. I'm not opposing that also and this also. Actually, this is required, I said, for especially food, housing, very essential. So that gives opportunity for people to plan something new. Understanding the rat hole mining. Why this article now? So all sophisticated equipments, everything, finally what came to help is rat hole mining. What is rat hole mining? What is rat hole mining? ಯಾವುದು ವರ್ಕ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಕೊನೆಗೆ rat hole mining ಇಂದಾನೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಕ್ಯೂ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಿದ್ದು. Okay, so what is that? So the people will go inside that and they will, especially for coal mining or mainly coal mining, so they will dig small pits, and inside that they will go. Okay, it may be horizontal or vertical, sometimes vertical, sometimes horizontal. So they will collect coal and they will take. Okay, so box type mining is also there. That means one small box kind of thing, and they will open up that and they will go inside and take the coal. So is it allowed in India? Banned. It is banned. That is one thing. They, because children will be comfortably, they can go and take it. So that's why they used to use children. So it is banned because of that reason. Another reason. Because it releases carbon monoxide and all, immediate death. You know that carbon monoxide mixes with the okay. So that's why oxygen supply will not be there. So it is very dangerous. Rat hole mining. That's why it is banned. Okay, but to rescue operation used. Which one? And another problem is immediate collapse. Gone. Unless samadhi inside they are there, sudden collapse, close. Badko chance illa. Okay, so for all those reasons, so that was banned. Multiple reasons. One is and flooding, rain time, immediate flooding, water suddenly fills, no option to come out. Okay, so flooding, collapse, and children use, and lack of oxygen, all these reasons, so it is banned. Okay, so why this kind of mining is banned in Meghalaya by NGT? How does it compromise the safety and health of the miners? What are the hazardous effects of rat hole mining on the environment and child labor? So what is the impact? Okay, this is another. What is the impact of this rat hole mining on environment? ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದರಿಂದ? ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ. Photos, rat hole mines in East Jantia district of Meghalaya. Whenever flooding happens, okay, so all the minerals, whatever is there, that will be washed and joining to the water bodies. Okay, so this will have impact on the environment. Okay, so NGT banned it in 2014. So, and this is cheap also. This is direct. So if you want to use the machineries and all, so it is very complicated. So land owners usually adopt this technique so that it can be produced at a lower cost. ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದ್ರಾಗ ಇನ್ನೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಏನೇನು ಕೇಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು, ವೈ ದೇ ಟುಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ. See, university and industry collaboration is always important, because whatever they study in engineering, once they come out, they are not ready for the job, fit for the job. So again, they have to do advanced courses to bridge that. So if that is done in engineering itself, so directly they can be taken for the employment. Nowadays, people are doing like they go for campus and all. No? They will do after selection within the campus itself. They will also give training. Okay, so before hiring itself. So that saves the time for them and also cost for them. Infrastructure there only they will use and do it. Okay. So how they can collaborate? So some important points. So one is difference between theoretical knowledge and practical thing. So academies always focus on theoretical knowledge. Industries always ask why it matters. What is the benefit for us? Okay. Is it good or bad? Quickly, 2 minutes. Is it good or bad? Theoretically, they are practically, what is the benefit for us? Immediate benefit for us. That to immediate, not like after 100 years. When they are collaborating, they will ask the academy, is it good or bad? See, good and bad, both. How? See, immediate benefit, always see research and all will not happen in overnight. Immediate to give immediate. So when you are asking only immediate benefit, sometimes over the period it will give long-term benefit but huge benefit. But research means industry is always asking, what is the immediate? We are funding for you. So you should give immediate benefit first. So it will not give much scope for experimentation.